Okay, here it is. Let's see, will Joe Rogan approve of Russell steak technique?
Do you cook yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
My mum was a caterer.
Oh, right.
So I love cooking. Absolutely.
How do you prepare a steak?
With farm steak, I use black pepper, and I use...
and Joe's going to sit there like approving of every step or disapproving. Okay, black pepper, fine. Okay. And it's like, Joe, can you lighten the fuck up? Watch this.
I use black pepper, and I use Lowry's garlic salt. There's lots of garlic salts around.
Joe's already, okay, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Lowry's garlic salt. Joe, here's Lowry's, which, by the way, if you don't know, Lowry's, the reason people use it, loaded with sugar, loaded with crap, loaded with stuff to make it no wonder everybody thinks they like Lowry's garlic salt more. So it's very clear he don't read labels. He don't know nothing. It's not as simple as just salt and garlic. I promise if you go on that label, it's probably some sort of MSG type of component, probably some sugar. I don't know. I know that seasoned salt is all sugar that people love. So Joe hears this. He's already starting to go, oh, boy.
Lowry's garlic salt. There's lots of garlic salts around, but that one's good.
Okay, I got to know the ingredients. See, there are lots of garlic salts around, which I've never understood. Just use salt and use garlic. Why mix it? Why make it harder to figure out how much salt you're putting on? I get so mad at steak seasoning blends. Now, of course, I can make my own. Sometimes I want to buy a blend to see what people got, because some people rave about a blend. Every time I buy a blend, you never know how much salt you're getting because they put salt in these blends. So you're shaking it. You could be getting 90% salt, 10% the blend. You could be getting 10% salt and 90% the other shit. Every steak seasoning should just be the herbs and spices, no salt. You salt yourself, and then you could use a blend with all the other stuff. That way you could salt it perfectly and then put the blend on top. But no, they put the salt in every blend because these idiots would buy a blend without salt, use it, not put salt, and then they go, this blend sucks. So they have to put salt in it because everyone's so stupid, and they would just season their steaks without the salt. Okay? But it's very hard to do. It's very hard to be consistent with your salting if you're using a blend. Can I get those ingredients for this Lowry's garlic salt, please, to see what's in it?
It's sea salt, garlic, modified cornstarch,
there you go.
Sugar, parsley, natural flavor, and extract.
What is sugar doing in garlic salt? So listen to this again. Watch this.
There's lots of garlic salts around, but that one's good.
I wonder why. What's the secret? Sugar and a bunch of chemicals. So there you go.
He can have sugar, though. He's
of
fine.
Of course,
He's
but I'm saying this is the evil of this world.
I know.
That is evil because most people just think
people like us.
People, when they go to the store and they buy garlic salt, they think they're getting garlic and salt. That's what they think. I don't know why they don't read. I don't know why they don't flip it around. There's not an item in my life where I haven't read what's in it. I don't know why no one cares. Regardless of if I'm on a diet or not, I want to know what the fuck I'm eating. So they don't care. He's oblivious. I think Joe might know.
There's lots of garlic salts around, but that one's good. And it used to be available when I was a kid, and then they stopped selling it in Australia for years.
Maybe that's why you're as big as a balloon. Does Russell Crowe want to be this fat? Did he want to be this fat, or is this for a role?
He looks great.
It blows my mind when an adult person knows nothing about the human diet anymore. I always find that to be shocking this day and age when it's all right there in front of you, 2 clicks away, and you just know nothing and you're just going blind. Because you know what? I'll tell you something. People think that's me being a snob. No, that's me as a person who was literally poisoned and murdered by unhealthy foods because that's all that was fed to me my entire existence growing up. As a child in the 90s, Lunchables, hot dogs, bullshit, pancakes, syrup, all the worst stuff with the worst ingredients ever. And look at me now, suffering like a dog. Because everyone just thinks it's all fun and games. I guarantee if I ate a healthy diet my whole life, I wouldn't be in this position here with all these mental diseases. So, yeah, I do harbor resentment towards all these people who don't read the labels, who poison their kids, who, these companies that poison us. And I didn't know about any of this till I was like 27. I didn't know any of this even existed.
It's extra bad because we live in a food desert.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do think somebody should be held responsible. And it is terrible. And I guarantee everybody would be, even if you feel 100% healthy, you'd feel 200% if you didn't eat all this crap. Everybody's doing worse. Everybody's behavior, everybody's anxiety, everybody's mood has been poisoned by this crap. And Russell Crowe's eating it up.
I use black pepper and I use Lowry's garlic salt. There's lots of garlic.
He knows.
Garlic salts around, but that one's good. And it used to be available when I was a kid, and then they stopped selling it in Australia for years. So we'd have to, whenever a friend was coming over, we'd say, "Oh, grab some garlic salt." But you can buy it again there now. But yeah, it's really simple, just salt and pepper. I don't do anything.
What kind of grill?
Extreme. I open flame and I make it as hot as possible. And
Joe goes, "What kind of grill?" He goes, "Open flame and I make it as hot as possible." Okay, Joe, that's fine. Joe is such a competitive guy when it comes to your method. I'm so excited to hear someone else's method. I really am, even if they're dead wrong. I love it. I mean, not when I'm reviewing it like this. When I'm reviewing it like this, I'm very strict. But in real life, if someone told me their method of cooking, I go, "Okay, that's great. Thank you."
do anything.
What kind of grill?
Extreme. I open flame and I make it as hot as possible. And I actually put oil onto the flame to make it go crazy for a while.
Okay. So this is where he's losing Joe. I actually put oil into the flame to make it go crazy. So I'm assuming he's using a gas grill. And these gas grills, if you're a sucker, you buy these gas grills, they got no output. You could cook your steak over your stove. It's got a better output than these gas grills. People don't know that. You could, if you have a gas stove, turn that shit to high, hold your steak over it. That's better than a gas grill. So he's trying to get flames to come up. So he's spraying oil into the grill and letting these oil flames. Now, anybody's got a head on their shoulders knows that's going to be a rancid, bitter smoke that is now hitting your meat. So let's see how Joe reacts to this idea.
Onto the flame to make it go crazy for a while. Because I like to have color on the steak. I like this.
Did someone teach you this method? Or is this
Joe's got so many towels, we could rob him blind if we wanted to. If he's looking at the sky, he's looking for help. There ain't nobody up there, Joe. If he's saying, that means he completely disapproves. And if his eyes start squinting, he fucking hates you. Did somebody tell you to do this? Let's see this. This is beautiful. This is my favorite type of Rogan. Here we go.
Color on the steak. I like this to be a little.
Did someone teach you this method, or is this something that you devised over time?
Over time, yeah. I did for a while there. I was a short order cook, and I cooked steaks. That's what I did every Monday night. This is like when I was working in clubs, and my name was in the paper every week, and my photograph was in the paper and stuff. But my mother said you still have to make a contribution to the family. So if you're in town on a Monday night, you have to cook in the restaurant. So I'd do cook 150 steaks on a Monday night if I was in town.
Just like Donald Trump.
Just over time.
Someone
I
just asked about Trump at McDonald's and if you
I loved
that
Trump
today.
at McDonald's. Now, they did close. That was a staged thing. Not that that matters to me.
Staged.
But that's what I was reading all day. Stage. But then I was reading a lot of Patriots, which those are my guys, of course. Reading a lot of Patriots going, Kamala would never work at McDonald's like this. which I don't know. I hope she doesn't work. If I was at McDonald's and Kamala was there, I would not order from that Mickey D's. Not at all. But Trump was there and he was doing a great job. And there was a great part where he puts the fries in and he goes, "Not touched by any human hand.
Not touched by the human hand.
Not touched by the human hand. Perfect." And the guy working there was like, "Well, we're not that gross. We're not that dirty. It's touched. It's touched." I loved that. Watching Trump work at that restaurant was phenomenal. My dream is to work at every fast food place as a joke, too. And mock the living wage of that person. Yes. I've always wanted to do that. I wanted to start a series called Mike Makes. You know, Mike makes you Taco Bell. Mike makes you McDonald's. Mike works. And I work, the simple lifestyle type of thing. You take a rich guy like me, throw me into Mickey D's, and I'm doing it up. And I really school all the employees there on how to do it right. I make the best hamburger you've ever tasted at McDonald's. I'm making it. I'm taking all the burger patties and smushing them together. I'm giving you a big, medium, rare steakhouse burger. It's disgusting because it's all McDonald's mashed. But that's my dream. That's my dream. And to fuck up, when I was a kid, when we were 16, two of my friends worked at Dairy Queen. And we would hang out there and hang out with the friends, and it would just be them, no boss. They let like little kids just run a Dairy Queen. I go, "I would love to make a cone." He goes, "Come on back." I worked at Dairy Queen for an hour. I was making psycho cones. I was doing it all. We tracked that place. And I loved it. I love stuff like that. I love working at fast food restaurants. Okay, listen to this.
And, it just over time, I cook it to my own taste, obviously. So
You use charcoal, hardwood? What do you use?
I use gas most of the time.
And you throw oil over the gas?
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, Joe, can't you it's Russell Crowe. Just go, "Oh, okay." You throw oil over the gas. Look at this.
What do you use?
I use gas most of the time.
And you throw oil over the gas?
He knows. I can't believe he even knows. That's what's shocking to me. I can't believe he knows that's acrid. Is that the right word?
Yep.
You throw oil over the gas? And it's probably like vegetable oil, too. It's not avocado oil. Trust me, because that ain't flaming. Look at that. He's disgusted. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
What kind of oil?
Olive oil.
Oh, olive oil.
Because I just want that absolute heat so it sears the steak.
Okay, get a better grill. You're Russell Crowe. If your grill is $375, you're not Russell Crowe then anymore. Get a $20,000 char broiler like they have at the restaurant. That's my dream, by the way. An industrial char broiler. Okay, they get hot as hell. That's what you want. When you go to a restaurant, it doesn't even have to be a high-end steakhouse. You go to a restaurant and you get those grill lines that have such a taste to them where you go, "I can't get this taste at home." That's because that char broiler is so hot. It's too hot to be in a home. It's 1,700 degrees or higher. You can't put it in a home. It's not, they don't make equipment like that for the home. You need a bigger capacity outlet to do that. You need an industrial, commercial grade outlet to even get the power or gas to do something like that. And they don't sell it in any residential unit or home unit. My dream is to get a full char broiler from a restaurant. That's like 2,000 degrees. You throw a steak on there. That's why they have those grill lines, because it would burn the steak to bits if you had a flat surface that hot. So those grill lines are producing such an extreme heat. It's actually, burning those little grill lines. But because they're grill lines, because it's not the whole surface, it's not bitter. It's the perfect amount. And that char broil taste, I am craving that. So my dream is to one day have the big restaurant char broiler. I get them to gut the whole place and put in the connections. I say, don't worry about no codes. Let's get that going. Because otherwise, yes, You can't get these things. The only grill that you could get to get the heat that we need to get restaurant quality food is a charcoal grill. But you really got to get that thing going. It could be a pain in the ass if you're trying to just make a quick dinner for steak. You can't do the whole charcoal grill every night. So, yes, we're stuck with these measly gas grills. You know, the other thing that you could do, they've got these side burners, okay, these infrared burners on some of these higher-end gas grills. That'll get you where you need to go. But people don't know. They don't fucking know. Watch this.
Because I just want that absolute heat so it sears the steak, you know, particularly when you first put it on the grill. So it hits the grill and it's actually surrounded in flame, you know?
That's your method.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, that only lasts
He
a few
hates
seconds, but that's going to give you the color that you want, because when I put it down on the grill, I want the color on that side, because generally I'm only going to turn it once. So I want that.
I mean, that's even. These people who think you only turn it once, they're thinking of fish. They're thinking of burgers. These idiots. You know, even Baboosh, that cook, Babish, he thinks you're supposed to turn it. I'm telling you, here's the best method. You flip it once every minute till it's done. I'm not. Try it. Try it. Every minute. Not 2 minutes. 2 minutes, you're getting a gray band. If you flip every minute, I have my little alarm here. Ding, 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 ding. Every fucking minute, you flip. And you put it on a new area of the grill. You flip, you flip, you flip, you flip. You crisscross, you flip. And by the time that's done, it is edge to edge with a crust. You will get the same crust over that time. It doesn't all have to happen at once. Trust me, that is a burger method, that is a chicken method, and that is a fish method, not a steak method. One flip every minute. You're not losing juices.
This guy is saying you should flip every 20 seconds.
Oh, really? Someone in the chat?
He says bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I was about to
I
be
believe
like,
that
oh,
too.
You're about to
Oh, yeah.
challenge this.
'Cause
But
what
then he
you
said
want-
flip it every 20 seconds.
That's a great method too.
should try
That's
it.
a little too much. You don't need to do it every 20 seconds. But when you flip every minute, and even the 20-second method, what you're doing is you're never allowing that steak to get too hot to band. That gray band is your enemy. But sometimes the gray band can be your friend. I've been to many steakhouses where they're using a broiler, they're throwing it in, and the gray band can be your friend. But that's steakhouse, okay? At home, if you flip every minute, it's never on there long enough to seep in and get that gray band. And it will. You'll see at the end, you'll be just as charred. Don't worry about that. You'll have that sear to seal in the juices for you. Okay? And I do believe it seals in the juices. The juices are in there no matter what.
At first hit
Listen to this.
to sear the outside of the steak, and that's the side that gets presented to the person that's going
Are
to
you cooking a thin steak, a thick steak?
Doesn't matter. But normally...
It matters. To only flip it once is psychotic. I mean, there's no way. His steak must be just a thin line of red in the middle and then gray banding. Do you hear this? Look at Joe. He can't believe it.
steak, and that's the side that gets presented to the person that's going
Are
to
you cooking a thin steak, a thick steak?
Doesn't matter. But normally we only cook, sort of restaurant cuts. So our eye fillet, I think, is your tenderloin.
Mm-hmm.
People from other countries cannot wrap their head around steak names, and they get them wrong all the time. They cannot figure this out. Every motherfucker I've met from another country cannot wrap their head around steaks. It no matter what. Even though their butcher cuts it differently and they name it differently, they can't figure out how to compare it. And here is Russell Crowe butchering, no pun intended, all these steak things. Listen to this.
What I think is your tenderloin.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's right. Good.
Our porterhouse is your New York cut.
Our porterhouse is your New York cut. Maybe that's right. Somebody look that up. Is that true? Because a porterhouse here is a big T-bone, a thicker T-bone. It's a T-bone times 2. Okay? He's saying it's just the New York strip is a porterhouse. Now, God knows, he might be. That's what I mean. These people can't figure this out. They can't relate it. They can't compare it. They don't know. That could be right now. Let's see.
Porterhouse is your New York cut.
Well, we have porterhouse too. It's like
You do?
one side of the porterhouse is the tenderloin, one side of the filet mignon, and the other side is the New York strip.
See, that's a Scotch fillet.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Funny, we have different names for the same bits of meat, but
Bits of meat. They're not
yeah.
bits.
So New York strip is porterhouse where I come from.
Oh.
What
Yeah,
else?
A porterhouse on this side of the pond always has bone in it, pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah.
You guys don't? No.
No, that's a T-bone.
What's your ribeye?
What you call ribeye, I believe, is tenderloin, right?
No.
This,
I can take it. I can.
you just said the fillet is tenderloin. And now he goes, what's your ribeye called? I believe tenderloin too. What's going on? What's going on? I mean, everybody eats 3 meals a day. Why do we know nothing about the food we eat? Aren't you interested in the slightest to figure out what the hell it is?
He was busy.
Peas. Boost. Gum. Okay, let's watch one more here.
Oh.
So that's our eye fillet.
It's a rib steak.
Okay.
Yeah. The tenderloin, it's like filet mignon, and then there's beef tenderloin. It's like this stuff that along the back and
Yeah.
underneath. And then the rib meat, like right where the rib hits that.
And these steaks from other countries, they got no marbling. They're shredded. They're cut with like a butter knife out. I mean, you should see some of these UK steaks you get, what they think they're eating. It's disgusting. All right, let's hear some more.
portion of the very fatty rib steak.
Right.
That's the ribeye. And, you know,
Okay.
or a tomahawk. You get it with the rib bone on it.
Right.
It's a tomahawk.
Right. Yeah. Well, our sort of T-bone is half New York steak and half eye fillet.
And this is even making me hungry here.
I know, same.
Right? I'd die for a piece of candy right now. Any candy around here? Scanning. Come on, candy dish. Candy. No, not right now. Anyway, let's hear some more.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not 100% sure over the top of all the different names for the meat in America, but yeah, they tend to be quite thick cuts. You know, we don't really do any of our steak in a thin cut.
The first time I ever ate a steak in Australia, this was like a long time
Shut
ago.
the fuck up!